it's day 4. Just one day remains to find out who will be the 2014 Melges 32 world champion, and at this beautiful Miami, Florida, and a nice day. God, 12 to 13 knots of breeze, and we're giving you the morning report. From a little bit of a different location today. As you can tell, it's a pretty high location, and as you can tell, it's a committee boat. And that's Anderson Reggio.
Why don't you go ahead and put your orange flag up? I'm pretty happy with how this looks.
One of the interesting things Anderson was just doing is he's polling the tacticians as these guys come by and ping the boat to find out what axis they're looking at on their machines, on their wind instruments, and with their eyes and ears to make sure that his calls feel right. It's really interesting to see that level of communication here. And Anderson's one of those few guys. Good luck, Dalton. And anyway, a little bit about Anderson. But Andrew, what's up with these conditions? A little bit lighter here, huh?
A little lighter than what we've seen the last couple days, but we shortened the track up a good bit. Took about a third of a mile off the beat to make it still fit within our time goals for each race, and see if we can't get 3 while these conditions hold.
All right. Well, forecast is for more lightning, or?
No, it's probably going to stay pretty much what we've got for pressure right now. It's, if anything, could go a little bit left on us, but we're pretty dialed in at about 65 right now, and a little shifty either side of that.
We heard a rumor that a number of top teams didn't even measure in a light jib. You think that might hurt by the end of the day or tomorrow?
Oh, I think tomorrow it's definitely going to be the lightest day of the event, but that's part of the reason why we're going for 3 today. I have no knowledge as to who's got what for sales on these things.
Where's that measure when we need him, huh? Well, folks, there's the morning report. Argo is leading with Torpione just behind, but Robertissima, because of the redress issue, their scores don't reflect reality, and we apologize for that, but they are right in the hunt. In fact, there are 9 boats in the hunt, all within 9 points of the lead. So it's pretty amazing after 6 races to see that. And we'll bring it all to you today from Miami, Florida. The Storm Boat. 1 minute to go to race 7. And right over here, we missed a little bit of action there with Argo and Robertissima match racing, trying to win the pin. Once again, all week long, Robertissima has been going for the pin, and they are fighting right now with Inga for the pin. Argo has a nice lane to windward. Inga's coming back now. I'm going to stay on this battle here because it's the most interesting on the course right now. Inga luffing Robertissima. Both boats head to wind, attacking through right now. Argo is killing speed here. Let's just take a quick look here. We got Stig over here, but I'm going to go back to the pin. This is really, Delta is coming in hard. So now Delta's over the top of all 3 of those guys. Robertissima bowing down. And 4, 3, 2, 1. That looks all clear to me. Deneen DeMarcus with a brilliant start out there. Gruvaderci gets the start, I think, of the regatta for her team, or her start anyway. And Torpione easily 10 seconds back, but clearly they wanted the right. Now the race committee was talking about a righty up the course, a localized righty up the course. That may be what's gonna happen here. Alec Cutler with a really poor start, tacking out 4 lanes back, and Richard Clark sending it down. I gotta go around the anchor road. So terrible start from the Hedgehogs, who moved up from 9th to 4th yesterday, swing out here, Samapati out here, and Petey's lens cap over here. So good start, good action, and all clear. And we're going to head to the top mark. Thank you to the race committee for letting us on board, and thank you to all of you for tuning in for another great day of racing. Melges 32 World Championship. In a replay of what we've seen a lot of times this week, the right looked spectacular early and the left came in halfway up the course. So Alessandro Rambelli on the Stig worked that left side and really committed to it, and they are rounding with a 3 boat length lead over the Goombay Smash, who fought pretty hard for the right side and won it, and then worked their way up the middle right. As you can see, less wind today. just about 12 to 13 knots. So definitely in the medium jibs. Momo coming around in third. And Ryan DeVos on the Volpe. With Father Doug hiking on the rail there. And Mama Ayuto, the early leader that's been slipping back. Coming around in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. Torpione. It's your second place boat for this regatta. And we still haven't seen the first place boat for this regatta. Stormvogel, that's a nice top 10 rounding for them. Nice job from the boys from Louisiana. And Inga from Sweden, Richard Joransson. So Robertissimo won the pin, but went back early. Around the same time Argo did. And probably to cover Argo, because this is the first and second place boat. Inga from Sweden went from 4th to 9th yesterday. Had a really terrible day, and these guys went from 9th to 4th yesterday. So Hedgehog, you saw at the start, really bad start, but you know, back into it a little bit, back into about 11th. But they definitely started in last. Jim, can you just slowly move this way so we can get the line up a little bit? Sorry for the shaking. MB Scooters. And the only boat to jibe out of the line is Torpione. So we'll see if it pays for them, but that's a pretty brave move right now, I think. Delta also an early favorite, but not really able to keep the regatta going. And we'll head down to get some bottom mark action. And Alessandro Rombelli continuing to sail really nicely and pick their way through some excellent shifts. They had a great puff here coming in at the bottom marker race 7. Let's go for the drop. And they'll go around that left mark, which was not good early, but was quite good late. Remember, that left side was really good late in the first beat. And Volpe coming in here second. We had a nice chat with Jimmy Spithill about the America's Cup in Bermuda with Alec Cutler, Bermudian owner, and Jimmy there at the back of the Volpe. Beautiful drop there. Picture perfect. Well, pretty wide rounding though. Maybe held it a little late. Goombay will come around in third. And Torpione, second place in the regatta, making their move today. We saw them jibe out early, and yeah, maybe they caught a boat or two. I don't remember. Mama Ayuto certainly caught a bunch of boats there. But Robertissimo, not so much. And who's the loser on this run? I think, guys, I think it's our regatta leader. Yep, I'm looking at him right here. There's regatta leader Argo, and the current world champion. And they lost a bunch of boats there. They're rounding 6th last. So another double digits for Argo, and sort of almost neck and neck with Robertissimo, which went out to the other side. So this is a tough spot for the world champ to be in. And Alec Cutler, not in a good spot either, 5th last. Grubaderci, we said, had maybe the best start. And now she's 3rd last. Samba, I hear some yelling and screaming on Samba. And Kilroy has just had maybe the worst regatta I've seen in years from him. But he's sticking it out. And Deneen also keeping her head on. Nice rounding there. Wind up a little bit here at the bottom mark. I think in general we're going to see less wind at the top. And we'll head there now. That is a really nice lead for the Stig Rombelli from Italy. Their old friend Terry. But a really nice job from Stig, and Stig is really going to be fighting for the lead here, I think, after this race. Watch him go through the hoist. That is ringing the bell right there. That is a big, strong dude. Is that Gunnar? Torpione, your second place in the regatta. This will put them over to the top and make them the regatta leader for sure, if they can take this all the way to the finish. So despite a lot of noise on that boat. So despite the fact that Torpione had an OCS that they had to clear and look for redress, and they didn't get it, and they were pretty unhappy about that, they have put their sailing where their mouth is and gone and proved it on the water now. Robertissima has battled back into it. We've said all week they have been having trouble doing that. This time they're getting back into it. They're probably in 6th there. And Volpe and Argo also able to pass some boats finally. Looks like they're setting up for one here. Low road for Argo. And they're just below Mama Ayuto's wind, so they're going to have to heat it up. NB Scooter's hanging in there too nicely. And Hedgehog moving up as well. Delta not really having that luck moving up. Not sure why Dalton's having issues getting up in the right spot, and Jonathan McKee maybe just unable to find a little extra. And Inga, also another regatta favorite, having another one. Jibe set. Very well done, jibe set. The problem with the jibe set here is that the wind is so chopped up from, you see how flat they are. The wind is so chopped up from all these boats that just went around that, you know, it takes a good 30 or 40 seconds to get it going, and you're just bleeding boat lengths while you're getting it going. So you can see they're still not really going well. These guys are off sailing at 13, 14 knots, and these guys are sailing at 10 or 12. Still not going well. Still not. Look how high they have to come. It just takes a while for all that chop to bear to get out of there. So, Inga may be seeing her championship hopes slip away. That is wire to wire for Alessandro Rombelli on the Stig. Brilliant race. I'd say another brilliant race after a spectacular race 1 yesterday and a great race 2 the day before. So another great race for Stig, and will they be able to hold it together? Here's the really interesting part. If Torpione can hang on here for another 20 seconds, Torpione and Stig will be tied for the lead after 7 races. That's pretty spectacular, and I'll tell you what, they're not going to be far away from the 3 boats behind them, because Goombay Smash has had a serious comeback, but I think more importantly, these 2 boats right here, Argo and Robertissima, the leader and second place boats for the regatta right now. Who's going to get this finish? I think Robertissima is going to get him, but it's not a, I don't know what happened there. That was, I think they went, the wing and wing trick didn't work. So Argo tried a little wing and wing action to get Robertissima, but the important part is that both those boats there just sailed a stupendous run, because now they finished 4th and 5th instead of 8th and 10th or whatever they were before, or 15th and 13th the way at the mark before that. So in this lighter air, obviously these are showing an ability to battle back. 3 are overlapped here. Momo is to leeward. Sweden looking the best in here, but he's got to go really deep. Richard's jibing back. Momo is wing and wing. And here comes the Volpe. They're going to take all 4 of them. I think they are. Oh, no, I have no idea. No concept of who got that one. I don't know that the race committee could either. NV Scooters also overlapped with both Hedgehog and someone else way up there. That is 6 boats all crossing the line within about 10 seconds of each other. Here comes Delta with a little bit of a comeback, and right all the way through the fleet, these finishes are completely locked up. There is no one giving an inch or really making any errors here as they work toward the finish. I think that's ours. Isn't that ours?
Why are we mad at the tournament?
And that's the finish of race 7.